this video is late. 2015 was a interesting year, it being my second year in YouTube, just getting into it. And I had a hard time with this list, so 6 of the 10 will be viewer choice. This will be the top 10 videos of 2015 on my channel. Now, I'm really not going to be putting it in any particular order because these videos, like, 6 of them were chosen by 2 of my viewers, and 4 of them are mine. That way I managed to find myself 4 to make the 10. So, like, every one of my viewers' videos aren't going to be put in any particular order, but mine might be. So, I hope you enjoy it. This will probably be a shorter video. I will talk a teeny bit about each of them. Just a few words. I don't know as much for my viewer's choice. So, here we go. Number 10 is Pokemon Sweet Part 13. Did they really just mention alcohol in a kid's game? Now, this video was chosen by Nman64. I don't know what was going through his head when he chose that. I'm just saying that as a fact, but from what I can see, I am pretty funny in this video. And I bring out the fact that a kid's game is, like, mentioned alcoholic references. I mean, now that I think about it, it was a fan-made game, so that could easily happen. The real Nintendo would not do it, so, like, obviously, they would be a little more, like, secretive or, you know, sneaky about it. But, again, this is my earlier days in the Let's Playing area. I still have issues with it as of today, but I think he did a really good job with his choice. This is one of my better videos, for certain. So, Pokemon Sweet Part 13 was number 10, now on to number 9. Number 9 on this list is Pokemon Sweet Part 18, Spoiled Hamburger and Rotten Tacos. Now, again, Nman64 chose this one, and it is another one of my funnier ones. I did pretty well in this one, and it is just, like, it's a ROM hack. This series was one of my first ROM hacks that I did on the channel, so I think the videos were pretty good. Not, like, perfect, but pretty good. Now, I never had time to watch it all the way through, so I apologize, but I do agree with this choice. This was a little bit better than number 10, because I may have had a bit more humor in it, and may have been a little more talkative. But, as I said, this is just the 9th on the list, so I think I will bring you to number 8 now. Number 8 on this list is Pokemon Sweet Part 22, the finale, Pastry Cinna and Choco Bun. Now, obviously, and Nman64 chose this too, and as I said, this is also one of my favorites, especially of this series. It's probably one of the most funny, the one where I think the most. Okay, I meant in the series, I mean. The twist is kind of there, kind of not, of the, Choco Bun being the champion and kind of having an evil set to her at first, but she was just really misunderstood. I just loved it. I really had fun playing this game overall, and I'm glad that Nman64 chose 3 of my better episodes of it. Sometimes I wish that every one of my videos could be as good as some of these. I'm not saying again that they're perfect. Trust me, I don't think anyone can be perfect. I mean, regardless, but there are much more experienced Let's Players who've done far better than me on there, in commentary, and editing, and everything. But I really think I did a decent job on this one. So, number 8 was Pokemon Sweet part 22, and now on to number 7. Number 7 on this list is Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards Part 10, Joey Wheeler Under Mind Control. Also voted by Nman64. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! For a long time as a child, and I've played some Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, but of all the games, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Card stood out to me the most and as one of my favorites. So I decided to use it to do it on my channel. I particularly remember looking forward to this part of the game where I battled Joey under the control of MangaEtc. I think that I did pretty well, not only in that battle, but in that video, with my energy. Now, as I said, for every one of my videos, I'm not perfect again, but I still think this is one of the ones that stood out in my Let's Playing career so far. I'm just really glad that Nman64 has an eye for this type of thing. He's done it for, maybe he was on YouTube a little bit prior, or a little bit after me, but experience-wise, he has it in tenfold compared to I do. But I can kind of see where some of his reasonings would come by. I'm not saying, as I said, like, in certain areas it's better than the others. Not saying that it's a perfect video. But there's just some things about this video that stands out to me more than the others on this list. But anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Card Part 10 was number 7 on this list. Now on to number 6. Number 6 on this list is Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Cards, Dueling Kaiba for Obelisk. Now this is the episode right after we battled Joey to get him out of his mind control. This is the last one suggested by Nman64 that's on this list. I thought I'd do them in that order of the most chosen for most part. Almost. The next one is going to be from another review or two. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. In this episode, either Kaiba or I, our character, gets to be chosen to be the owner of Obelisk based on who wins. And kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Kaiba in the actual episode. He wasn't really that hard, but I think, I don't know if that's what Nman64 was thinking. But for me, if I could choose it, a reason to be one of these on this list is I just love living that scenario, being the possible chosen one in Yugi's place. And for me, that is just a great feeling. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Sacred Card Part 12 is number 6 on this list. Now on to number 5. Number 5 on this list is Let's Blindly Play The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 1, Part 1. This cop is going to chew my head off. Now this video is from MangaEtc. I apologize, there was another video he was trying to tell me, but I could not find it, or I did not quite understand how to find it. I do apologize to you in advance. So what I might do is, I might add a honorable mention to this list as well. All the Walking Dead for 2015 for him. And that will be his list. For me, I agree. For me, The Walking Dead was a unique project. It was one of my first adult Let's Plays. Well, not adult, but I mean like a more mature side. I have my funny moments, right? But it's a game that I'm not really used to. And kind of the same with the South Park Stick of Truth. Yes, it's cartoon, but it is an adult-themed cartoon. But anyway, The Walking Dead was my first introduction to games like that. It was also my first and so far only 4-game LP on this channel. I will eventually go to the Season 2 of The Walking Dead. That is coming. I'm letting you know. But it just means a lot to me. It made me think more maturely and to think before doing things. And obviously, this was my very first episode of it. So I was scared as hell because I was anticipating that loud crash and everything and me holding Edward. Also the webcam. I promise you I will try to bring the webcam into Season 2. That's my plan, but it all depends, because that really takes away the quality of the footage overall. So, I gotta keep that in mind. But my reaction is also very funny. My facial reaction, my narrating reaction. With the camera, it just makes it so legitimate. Or, authentic. So, again, MangaEtc, I apologize I could not find this other one. But, for you, I'll leave an honorable mention to all the Walking Dead from 2015, because I know you love that series. So, this was number 5, and the honorable mentions on this list. Now on to number 4, which are my own. Number 4 on this list is my 2015 Halloween special of scary things in the Pokemon universe. Now, this was one of my more researched projects, so for me to do something like that back then was pretty big, and I thought I did a pretty good job of it. I don't know how others felt, but I felt accomplished, satisfied with it. In this video, I pretty much go over things like the manga, anime, the video games that I felt were scary. Now, I'm not saying everyone will find these things scary, but to me, it's just the fact that I worked hard on it. Not that I worked hard on all my videos, but this was one of those legitimate, time-taking sessions. And it made me just feel so good about it. It gave me a thought, maybe I can do these things sometimes. And, as I said, I don't know how others feel about this video, and if they don't like it, then that's fine. But for me, I just felt proud of it. And I still, even though I've done maybe some better things recently, back then, this was legitimately pretty good for me. So anyway, the 2015 Halloween special was number 4 on this list. Now on to number 3. Number 3 on this list is Let's Blindly Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Part 5. Mr. White is absolutely positively perfect, though I don't know, I forget the name, the title. Now this one is another one of these stepping stones for me. Although I never 100% finished it because of the game file, this is one of these games that I'm not used to playing. The genre is different. It's not about breeding monsters. This is one of my first Let's Plays, besides The Walking Dead, that is away from my comfort zone by a lot. And I genuinely enjoyed doing this series. Now, the only other video that could probably tie with this in the Phoenix series is the one where I talked like a parrot. But, I don't know for one if that was still in 2015, and for this one, this is a pretty close second anyway, so I chose that one over this one. I did pretty good with voicing the characters. I learned now I shouldn't do that for every character anyway, because that would just bring everything out of me. But once in a while, a good voice acting is very entertaining. And me playing Mr. White, I'm sorry, he is a character. I mean, he was the villain, but he was a character that I just, he tried to outperform everyone in grammar ways, and I may be articulate and have a big vocabulary, but I am not anything like him, but sometimes I feel the sense that I am. I mean, I use big words, but I don't try to correct others or, demean others because of it. It's more that I love the characters in this episode. They were so fun to play, and also in this video, I seem to show a pretty good, a pretty good intellect for this level. In the courtroom, I played very well. I used to do terrible with this game, but I knew, when he was trying to talk, for example, when he said that Mia went left, I instantly know to present the evidence to disprove, like, which was Miss May's statement that she ran right. And for me, that was a good play. I did it. Right? I don't know whether I looked at something beforehand, but I just sounded so professional doing it. And that is, for me, a big thing. Being able just to kind of, like, narrate and play at the same time. And for me, you all know that for me is a challenge. Not that I can't do it at times, and sometimes I can do it quite often, but there are more times where I either get too focused in the narration and something happens in the game, or I'm too into the game that I do really well in it, but it's not very entertaining. So this is one of those compromising episodes that I did so well in both. But anyway, let's play Phonics Write Ace Attorney. Part 5 is number 3 on this list. Now on to my second last choice, number 2. Number 2 on this list is Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby Part 33, Glacia and Drake. Now, before we get into this part, I thought I would tell you that I forgot to tell you maybe 2 videos ago that anything from my end, I'm putting in order that is legitimately my favorites. Where the others, I like them all, but I put them in the order of submitter, right? Where I do all my submitted choices first is the lower entries. Not that they're not all good, but I would still put them ahead of it. But in my category, I'm actually literally listing my top 4 favorite for my channel in a way. So it's a compromise. But anyway, in this video, it shows me and my stronger point. I've lost the background. Well, I've lost the background since maybe 10 or even 15 parts prior. No, maybe 10 parts prior. But it still, not only does it have the no background, it shows me being pretty professional with battling and giving out information on the trainers, Drake specifically. Now, I was at a point by this time where I almost was next to using no backgrounds, and which impressed me. Like, it's like kind of hard to explain. Like, I've learned by that point, like as Nman64 said, that if I can't do something well, don't do it. And I could not do the backgrounds justice, or even well, for that matter. So I completely stopped them altogether and just did the narration in the game. And you're probably thinking, I can't do narration all so well, then why continue? Well, then it wouldn't be a Let's Play, would it? It'd just be a darn walkthrough. But anyway, back to the point. Like, I am getting better at the narration. This, as I said, was professional overall, and you're probably thinking I could have chose the one where I battled Wally. Yes, I kind of regret that a little bit, but at the same time, this still is a little more informative as well as pretty well done, so I did choose this one. But I'll say, just like the whole season of The Walking Dead prior that I did, the battle with Wadley will be a honorable mention. Okay, that episode will be the honorable mention of this part of the list. So, that is pretty much it. I battled both Drake and Glacia, but I did really well in them. And the narration wasn't too bad, pretty smooth, and I had no background, so it visually looked pretty well done. So, Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby Part 33 is number 2 on this list. Now on to my number 1. And the number 1 best video 2015 on this list is Let's Play Pokemon Coliseum Part 22, Who's the Boss? Now guys, this is kind of obvious in a way. Yes, I know, like it's kind of sad that The Walking Dead was brought up by Manga Etc rather than myself as one of the better ones, but it's all an opinion. I did love The Walking Dead, I'm glad he chose that, but for me, this was one of the first videos I've recorded with my capture card. And the first one of the Pokemon Coliseum series that looked really well. Well, the second one maybe, because this was the second one, but in my general reactions in the video were pretty well done. Like, even though I knew that the mayor, I'm sorry for those who it spoiled, was the bad guy, I did really well building it up. Like, the oh my god type of scenario, I knew it, but at the same time, I was able to put on a legitimate, yet not quite legitimate, reaction to it. We'll just say, it was a practice of my acting skills too, and the quality was so much better than it used to be. It was just a starting moment for me. Having better quality GameCube LPs. Let's hope this continues and I have to really get back into recording the Harvest Moon my way, thought away. But anyway, as I said, it's one of the best quality GameCube, one of the first of the best quality GameCube LPs that I had. Well, not LPs, I meant episodes. It is hard, I am rambling on again, I apologize, but let me say this was the start of something great in that way. And because of that, it means so much to me, this video. It shows that I've come so far, and that I want to put so much more effort into it, and to this day I still do. Every day, even though some episodes, videos may be more rambling, or make no sense, or not so much talking, I have more good days now than bad, which is great, and I'm so glad you guys have been so patient with me for this whole ride. Well guys, so far now, this was the top 10, plus 2 big honorable mentions, so maybe 12. Technically I included the whole Walking Dead, so that would be like, what, 20? Okay, I don't know, but anyway, generally this was the top 10 best videos of 2015 in my and Nman64 and MangaEtc's opinion. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Also, check out both Nman64 and MangaEtc. I'll leave their links in the description below, so please show their support. And I will see you guys in the next video.